feet.
Frank, you had a terrific start, wonderful goal, and then it just didn't seem to happen for you. What's your explanation for what happened there tonight?
Well, I think that's quite simplistic, but I think in the first half we weren't at our best, and how we've been, particularly off the ball, I thought, but also in possession, and that led to two turnovers in good possession for us, where you're just starting to maybe open up and you make mistakes, and then they score 2 goals, which I always felt would be the biggest threat of the game with their style and their type of player. So I think, you know, the frustrating point from our point of view is that we allowed that, and then you're fighting to get back in the game. And obviously good spirit at the end, crosses, corners at the back end of the game, good spirit. But the way we've been going, slightly disappointed that first half against a team of Manchester United levels made it difficult for us.
And how disappointing was it, bearing in mind we've all been going on about your defensive record this season?
Yeah, I'm not bothered about a record, as in, you know, I'm happy that we've been more solid defensively, but every game's different, and I'm more concerned about the situation for the goals, as I say, where we turn the ball over and give them the opportunities that we really didn't want to. So, you know, it's you can concede 2 goals and win a game of football and you're not so concerned, but when it makes it difficult for you to get some composure in the game, it obviously affects the game in a big way. So it's just what happened today.
I suppose the bonus is you've got Dominic on the pitch all day for the last 15 minutes. Is that a case of him just building up fitness now? Yeah, building up match fitness, and you know, we've managed him through this return in terms of how he's trained and his workloads, because we need to be a bit careful. So he's not ready to start a game today, but to get him on the pitch was a good thing, and it gives us clearly a different kind of angle to our attacking play. Big player for us, and that was a positive, in the big scheme.
The reason why the form has been so good, but your project is still in its infancy. Sometimes you learn more about your players and defeat the victory. I just wonder if you did take any lessons from this last 90 minutes.
A lot of lessons today. A lot of lessons in all aspects of our game in the first half. The players will feel that in the first half. There was a lack of edge to our game that I think is normally there. I think we were off it in second balls, and that side of the game that's always important in any game, but particularly here at Goodison against a team of Manchester United's level, and our calmness in possession. I think we can improve that, and that's part of the process of working together and getting better on the ball, and going from probably a way of playing before, as I came in here, and bringing players into the team and an understanding of when to have a bit of calm on the ball to move the other team. Not always easy on a night at Goodison where everyone wants everything right now, but at the same time as we have to have a confidence to do that, and we were just off it to a degree in the first half, and it's definitely a game of some lessons for us.
Frank, with Calvert, Lewin, have you got to be? You say you've got to be careful, and you've got to kind of ignore the noise around him, because people will want him to come back. You know, he's England's player, he can give our attack an extra bit of quality, but you can't afford to be without him again, can you? So you have to manage that.
Yeah, and we're all aware of that as well. Dominic is, you know, like, we're aware of that, so the noise is not so important. The noise when he comes on and he lifts the crowd today is a good thing, so you see what he can bring to us in the longer term, but we have to have a bit of a longer view on it, and we're there now. He's got on the pitch today, so it's another week for him to work going into the next games coming up. And it's important that we do that in the right manner and get him match fit, because the Premier League, you have to be match fit, and you have to get to that level where he's going to really affect games, as we will want him to, and he will want to. So the noise isn't a problem. We work behind the scenes and see a lot of things, feel a lot of things every day, and we have to deal with them in a professional manner. And at the moment, he was fit today to probably play 20-30 minutes max. Hopefully next week that period of time is longer, and then he's our player that we can rely on, and that gives me really good options with him and Neil up front. So
What about Garner? You brought him on at the same time. Obviously, it's a big day for him given the opposition. How do you see him fitting into that?
In different areas, in different ways, he can play all midfield positions centrally. Can play as a number 6, play as a number 8 as he came on. We were in 2 6s, and good player. That's why we brought him. And I think he needed to get fit when he first got here. He wasn't quite fit. He looks a bit different to our other midfield players. I think in his attributes and his passing and his delivery at set pieces, his shots that he can get away. He's a really clean striker of the ball in all senses in his passing. So pleased to get him on the pitch. He's deserved that, the way he's trained and the way he's approached it. And going to be a big player for us. I think there's a lot of uplift in him. I think because he's a young player, but I had no doubts, no worries about putting him in a game of this level because it's the reason we brought him to the club.
Sorry, talking about the opposition, kind of 700 goals in a career for Cristiano Ronaldo. There's someone who had a record with Chelsea, the level that he's got to. Can you just give us an appreciation of someone that you've played against and what that is like?
It's just outstanding, isn't it? It's he's one of the greatest players that's graced the game. You know, in an era where we had himself and Messi, that the comparison doesn't matter. They're just both, you know, incredible players in football's history. So to be going and look as physically good as he looks, to keep scoring goals as he's done, the numbers that he racked up that just sort of become normal, you know, abnormal numbers that become normal year after year. Looking after himself in the right way. I don't know him particularly well, but you can do nothing but admire those numbers. They're amazing. And you know, when he was on 6-9-9, I wanted him to score in the Europa League the other night because you could feel what might come at the weekend. And then he comes on because Martial's got a problem. Sometimes those things happen in football, but you have to. In the cold light of day, I'll give him huge credit for that. It's amazing.
Frank, he said on Friday that it's important not to get up and down too much. He said it's not to be a straight line. So, you know, there was a lot of optimism into this game. It's important for supporters to feel like that, to not get too far ahead when you're on these beat streets and win streets, and when you do lose a game, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of ways to approach it. I understand it. It's good. The fans are amazing turning up. The fans are amazing in their support. And we need to understand that. And that's why the first thing you kind of get disappointed for in losing a game. But our job, my job and our job and the squad's job now is to go bit by bit, step by step and improving. And it will have a loss or a draw or something in their performance of 45 minutes that give you a little reminder and a little lesson. So I'm not too down. I like the spirit at the end of the game. Some of the things there, I think, are things that I didn't like, or probably things I felt, things I know we can improve. And probably if we'd have won this game and played really well, I still in the back of my head would go, no, I know we can get better in possession. I know we can get more urgent and more energy and more active in our work off the ball at different times. So those things are just sort of slightly reinforced today, but not in a bad way. Bad result for us, but not in a bad way because where we are, like you said, I don't think it won't be a straight line. It's not the rules of football to get to where we want to get to. But at the same time, we need to take on those little lessons from today and be better.
Is that the same dressing room, the same music?
Yeah, it was, and that's a good thing. You know, that the players feel it. So it's definitely not too much shouting and swearing from me in that sense. At half time, I didn't like it much, but at the end of the game, I think it's one that we just take. They're a good group that are growing on and off the pitch. But this is the Premier League, so things like today can happen. And as I say, when you're off it a bit for 45 minutes. Team at Manchester United level will punish you if you turn the ball over in midfield. So we just move on and take it on board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.